Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. What were you doing in November 1982? Well, we were playing video games. We were last checking out Giga Trek on only one computer. The other ones wouldn't work. Sorry for all the fans of the North Star. We just don't play every single computer here on Chronologically Gaming. Let's see what our next game is. We're next going to play on the TRS-80 color computer, and this is golf. Just golf. What is this, the 70s? It's only one name? What, just golf? We played golf on the Atari 2600, golf on the Philips Video Pack, golf on the Anderson VC4000, and golf on MS-DOS, all with just one name, just golf. All we have for this one is a few screenshots, and we have a homebrew manual. Not a real one, but it explains how to play the game, so it's very helpful. Pause the screen if you want to, and memorize those commands, otherwise you cannot play golf. At least this golf. Let's pop it and play golf. The one by Aardvark and Craig Edelheit. Way to go, Craig. Welcome, Craig, to Chronologically Gaming. This is the first game we've seen by Craig Edelheit. All right, so this one, I can't remember if it's basic or machine language. It is basic. Run that basic. Golf by Aardvark. Ard. This one is our 165th game on the Coco that we've seen here on Chronologically Gaming. And this is the 21st game by Aardvark. A 9-hole game. Don't even get all 18 holes. So they explained in the beginning on what we're supposed to see next. And so what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to know all the commands because otherwise you cannot play a game of golf. You hit C for club and then ask, what kind of club do you want? Well, we know we want to get this ball as far as we can on the first hole. So we're going to do a 1-wood and we want it to go really long. You can do short, medium, or long hits. Ready? And then, this is the cool part, you actually use the cursor keys to spiral around the direction. We don't have to put in coordinates, we put in degrees here on Chronologically Gaming. We put in decimal points of where you're supposed to aim shots for golf. So this right here, I have to admit, is kind of revolutionary for a home computer, where I can actually just move the cursor keys around and then say, all right, ready? Go, and I hit spacebar and it actually hits the ball where the pixel I said to hit it would go. And I hope red is the fairway, otherwise it looks like lava, like we're playing golf in hell right now. Oh man, and someone said in the chat about golf on the Wii. Yeah, we're so far away from that. That's like the future. You crazy? All right, so now we can go pick the club that we want. I think from where we are, let's try a 9-iron. Let's hit that long and see where it goes. I don't think there's any wind in this, but it does show the par, how many strokes we've done. All right, so let's do a 9-iron and see what happens. Try it right there. Yeah, I don't think there's wind. Make it. Yes, it made it. Okay, now, are we supposed to putt? Oh, it does zoom into the green. We just go to the next screen. And yeah, Curtis already told us no wind. Sorry, there's no wind here. So you just really have to know pick your right clubs and your spots. Okay, so let's go again. Club, I want a putter now. Putter should be PU. I don't know what short, medium, and long though. Let's see what short looks like for putter. PUS, and then you move your little cursor around. Very quaint. I don't know if that'll work, but let's see. Okay, that's what short putting looks like. All right, so I bet if I hit medium putt, it'll work. Putter hitting medium and then move the cursor around. This is pretty cool, the way that you're able to aim like this and get it in. Ooh, we got a cool sound effect. Now we're on to hole number 2. Total number of strokes. Let's see, we can go again for the lethal lava fairway. We're playing on the color computer, can't you tell? It's all in color. All right, let's do clubs. Which one do we want? Let's do again 1-wood. Oh, no, not I would. 1-wood and hit it long. There we go. Now, can we make it all the way across there? Yeah, I say we can. Go, go, go. Come on, all the way. Go, roll. Yes. Whoa, once you get on the fairway, look how far that went. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this one actually is playing fairly well, even though it's all keyboard. No joystick controls. Put your joysticks away. No analog joysticks at all. You just pick the club that you want, aim it up, and then hit it. So it works very well. All right, so from where we are, I'll say let's do a 7-iron and see if this works. 7-iron long. That might be pretty good. Aim it up. Let's try right there. Come on, come on. All the way. Roll it in. Oh, 7-iron, not nearly far enough. All right, so let's try it again. Club. And this time, can we do... I don't think... We do have the wedge. I could try a wedge. Let's do wedge medium. And hit it in right there. Oh, nice. So we're on the green. We played golf games that zoom in on the green, which is a nice way to show the presentation. Here, whenever everything's on the same screen, you know, it's all fixed, it doesn't have the quality we've seen from other golf games, at least on home computers. But I've said this before, if you want to play a good game of video golf here in November 1982, you want to check out the ones on consoles. Those have the best golf. Computer games on the for golf really aren't hitting it, at least as good as the console versions are. All right, let's do it again. Putter. I bet if we putt long, that should be, oh wait, no, PU is putter. Putt long, and then I think that would work to hit that in. Let's try it. What? It didn't make that? Are you kidding me? No way. I have to hit again? I do. In the top left, you see a club. That means you have to select your club and go to the next one. All right, so I'm amazed that didn't work. Let's do putter short. And go. Now we made it in. That was a little bit unfair. I wonder what they're using to determine how far you hit and so forth. So the reason I say consoles are the best way to play golf right now is because they have animation and they have a little bit more of the timing, you know, the swing. But still, we haven't seen some of like the best of the best. That's going to happen probably around 1983 for golf games. I still say one of the best ways is miniature golf, which isn't true golf, but that one's still fun on the Atari 2600. All right, let's go ahead and pick our club again. Let's go 1 wood long. Oh, not I would. 1 wood long. And then I want to go all the way. I'm going to try to go over the trees and see what happens. Ready, set, go. What? It didn't go over the top? Oh, gosh. Now, I think that counts as out of bounds. Oh, okay. So do it again. Pick a club, 1 wood long, and then... Can I not do 1 wood? What? I can't pick 1 wood? What about 9-iron? Oh, 9-iron worked for some reason. Oh, I am. Oh, I can't. I thought I was still on the tee, like it went out of bounds. But no, I am under the tree. No wonder I couldn't pick 1 wood. Now I'm stuck and got to get out of here. I got to pop myself over. Still kind of stuck. But we're not playing for money, so everything's all right. Let's do 9-iron. Let's do a wedge again, long, and then let's get the wedge to go right about there. Come on, out of the... Oh, it still didn't make it to the fairway. Darn. I know, right? You can't do a 1 wood after you... Oh, I guess is that rules of golf? I haven't played a real game of golf before. Only video golf. All right, so let's go again. Club. Give me... any of the woods. Can I do a 3 wood? Long? Yeah, there we go. Hit that all the way over there. Make it, give me some rolling. This is going to be multiple bogeys for sure. Yikes. All right, so let's do it again. A club. And I want to do, let's do 3 wood. And I'll do 5 wood. 5 wood long. So all keyboard controls, but it actually is working and responding, and it plays well. Ooh, on the green. Sweet. Okay, go putter. Putt for long for that. That should work for a long putt all the way. Oh, come on. It's like between the 2 pixels. I don't know which one will make it. Try that one. No, it didn't make it. Darn. Yeah, it makes me seem like we're not playing a true game of golf. We're going to have so many bogeys. All right, so go ahead and go... Pick the club again, putt short, and make it. All right, so here in Chronologically Gaming, this is our 18th game of video golf that we played on all systems, all platforms. 18 times we played golf. On home computers, this is the 11th golf game that we played thus far. On the TRS-80 color computer, this is the 2nd golf game that you could play for the Coco. So far, the best golf game ever is still the reigning champ of the best way to play golf is in the arcade. It's Pro Golf or Tournament Pro Golf by Data East. That is tops for golf for all systems. The best graphics right now for golf, I would say, is 3D Golf Simulation for the Fujitsu FM7. That one looks amazing. It is three-dimensional, but it is so slow you can barely get through a game of golf. The best golf right now on a home console, I would say, is the Atari 2600 Golf or PCA Golf for the Intellivision. The best golf right now on a home computer, I still say, is Color Golf 3 and Championship Golf for the Apple II. So for this version, it is not the tip of the top. It still plays fairly well, but if you want to play a better game, I would say those, especially since this is only 9 holes, it's not even the full experience. So looking over the chat, I see a little bit people around the average range, 2.5 stars or 3 par. I mean it's golf, right? Or 3 to 3.5. I like the interface. I do like the interface as well. I'm going to say, yeah, it's a par 3. For all the games you can play right now on all home computers, golf, Aardvark's Golf, 3 stars. Awesome. Let's see what our next game is. We're next going to the Commodore VIC-20. This is Gunfight. Not to be confused with Gunfight that we saw in the arcades in November 1975, or Gunfight on the RCA Studio 2, or Gunfight for the Bally Astrocade, or Gunfight for the Philips Video Pack. This one is a totally different Gunfight, but it's based on the other games of Gunfight. I don't think they licensed the old school Gunfight. All we got for this one is a few screenshots. Let's pop it and play Gunfight by Sumlock Electronic Services Manchester at some time in November 1982. This one's our 316th game for the Commodore VIC-20. We're going to just fast forward through the cassette tape loading because we don't have time for cassette tapes. I don't want to give you the real November 1982 experience. But we still wait just for a little bit. This one's the 12th game we've seen by Sumlock Electronic Services Manchester. They brought us games like the Puzzle Pack, Destroyer, and Starship Escape, which is a kind of cool adventure-style game almost. Let's see what they got. Here it is, Gunfight. You can choose how many minutes you want to play. You can play one player against the computer, or you can play 2-player. One person uses the digital joystick, the other person uses the keyboard controls. There it is. Red uses joystick, and then the other player, if you got a second person, will be using that one. So here we go. I'm going to go in. I'm playing by myself, so I'm moving as the red guy. And wait, I blew up the computer, and that's how fast it goes? That was so quick. Let me pretend like I don't know what I'm doing and just let the computer run around for a little bit, I guess. So this one is... It really plays like the old school arcade game fairly well, but you can see in a way I think of this game, the way this responds, as it's just a multi-directional shooter. This one is the 138th multi-directional shooter that we've seen so far on Chronologically Gaming. On the home computer, we've seen 75 multi-directional shooters, and on the Commodore VIC-20, this is the 14th. Most of those, you're in a spaceship or spacecraft, you know, moving around and shooting stuff. But it's kind of cool that I am on foot. I'm able to move around and shoot the other player or another human person if you want to play that. Someone said Archon in the chat. Not even close to Archon. I think Archon's more of the board game experience. Some of the other multi-directional shooters that you could see that are the really, really bad ones on the Commodore VIC-20. Because this one isn't that bad. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Combat, something like that on the Atari 2600. But instead of, it's like if you didn't want tank controls. I don't want to play a game with tank controls. I want to be able to move around freely and shoot, almost like Berserk. That's what this is like. So it's a duel, one-on-one, fighting someone else. But it has a lot to be desired because we played other games that look better. But this does have the feature of playing single player. Most of the other ones I mentioned that are called Gunfight, you know, on home consoles, they have to have another human person. You have to have 2 humans to play the game. Someone brought up Halo. I don't even know what Halo is. It's November 1982. Yeah, Outlaw was another one that's on the Atari 2600, also called Gunfight, depending on if you bought the Sears cartridge or not. So on the Commodore VIC-20, there's Space Rocks that is really bad for a shooter, one of the worst on the Commodore VIC-20. Then we also played Asteroids, the one by Arcadia. Laser Barrage is another one that still is, I would say, bad game for all the games you could play. Around the average, though, for multi-directional shooters on the Commodore VIC-20, Meteors is another one that we played, and Astro Fighters. I'd say this game, because of the features it has and the way that it plays, I mean, it's kind of like we're playing Berserk, you know, against someone else. But I'd say this is about the same level as another game we played called Metamorphosis, but it definitely looks the part for a Commodore VIC-20 game. Yeah, right? I don't know if no one has the keyboard for this gameplay at least. All right, so I like the Wild West theme, if you want to call it that. It still looks like a Commodore VIC-20 game for me. All right, there you go. There's an example of Gunfight, the one that Sunblock brought to the Commodore VIC-20. Of all the games you could play right now on all home computers, I still would give this one a par 3. I still got golf on my mind. It's 3 stars because it does elements of playing against a human player or an opponent, and it works smoothly, correctly. I mean, being able to use the joystick to play as one person looks pretty good. Oh man, and the chat can almost. Did everyone agree before they put their score in? I'm seeing mostly 2.5 stars for all the games you see. 2.5 bullets. Oh, nice. Yeah, you would have more enjoyment if you had someone else to play with. Don't have a guest on the show, but I'll still say 3 stars, around the average range. But that's amazing. Actually, yeah. If I'm actually going to contend with the chat, that is all 2.5 stars. And yes, I'm going to go 2.5 for Gunfight. That is awesome. There's another 2.5. No way. That's too cool. Yeah, so there you go. So it's a little bit less than Metamorphosis that you could play on the Commodore VIC-20. All right, that's fun. Let's see what our next game is. Our next release takes us to the Atari home computer. Let's play Kangaroo. Yes, Kangaroo. I'm so excited. So this one is by APX, Atari Program Exchange. We originally saw Kangaroo in the arcades June 1982. So this year, they got Kangaroo, and they brought it home. This is the very first time we've seen Kangaroo at home. This is our 404th game we've played on the Atari home computer, whether you got the 400 or the 800. And this is APX, Atari Program Exchange. The 42nd game we've seen, and this is basically Atari, but it's allowing people to make their own games, send them into Atari, and then they get published. Great idea. Have some really, really awesome games through Atari Program Exchange. Some of the really good ones we've seen so far by APX have been Eastern Front, 1941, Caverns of Mars, Getaway, Phobos, Galahad and the Holy Grail, Meltdown, Micro Sailing, Snark Hunt, Caterpillar, Digger Bonk, just to name a few. And if all those sound strange, you've never heard of them, you need to check them out. They're pretty cool. So help mom save baby kangaroo from fruit-throwing monkeys. I couldn't have said it better myself. And I think we have, oh yeah, we have the disc. Yeah, you have to have the whole disc system plugged into your Atari to play this one. Oh, and there she is. The mommy kangaroo just likes to punch stuff. And I pointed that out when we played this in the arcades. It was great being able to just punch things. All right, here's the manual for Kangaroo. Tell us how to play, Atari. We want to know. This one has been licensed and brought officially home by Sunsoft. I don't think they did the development themselves. It was done by GCC. But this is the 6th game that we've seen by Sun Electronics, which will eventually be known as Sunsoft. Everything we've seen by them has all been in the arcade. They did Stratovox, Funky Fish, Route 16, and Kangaroo. And then the porting was done by GCC. This is the 4th game we've seen by General Computer Corporation. They did Miss Pac-Man in the arcade. They also did Vanguard and Phoenix for the Atari the Atari 2600. And I believe this one was done by James Leiterman. Way to go, James. I don't think it's credited anywhere on here, right? Yeah, I don't think, well, at least this manual doesn't have any credit for how to do anything or what he did on it. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Program contents. I think it's only on disc, at least this version is. Yeah, the Atari home computer version of Kangaroo, the popular arcade game. Guide mom kangaroo along tree branches, over big jumps, up ladders to baby kangaroo. Now, it's strange seeing this on APX because this is if it's licensed and it's official, why are we seeing this on the Atari Program Exchange? And notice how this manual looks like all the other Atari Program Exchange manuals we've seen, where it's like it's been typed up with a typewriter. All right, with your help, mom can climb unarmed to her baby. You score points. Yeah, we got to get those points. And I think that's, yeah, we have to have the disk drive and a joystick. It shows us how to load the game here, what the first display screen means, and how you play the game. Guide them with the joystick. There is all your controls. You got the Atari VCS joystick plugged in right now. Climb and jump. You can duck and you can do super jumps if you, it basically just means jumping at an angle. And we have different game options. You can do novice and advanced, and that's it. There's only 2 different game options, but we have some variation. I'll take it. Explains the scoring right here. Make sure you memorize that and go for the high score because it's November 1982. Sweet. This one has all 4 screens. Wow, that's pretty impressive. For the first time we're seeing Kangaroo at home, the first screen, second, third, and fourth. Wow. I don't know if we can get through all 4. We're definitely going to try. And as usual, if you bought a game by APX, they have a form you fill out so you can say how good or bad the game is. So the reason why we're seeing it on APX is there's kind of a story behind it. If you notice here when I look at the versions, there's a prototype version that was available. And I'll explain the details as we pop into play Kangaroo. This is by James Leiterman at sometime in November 1982. Could have been the beginning, could have been the end. Awesome. So apparently General Computer was contracted to do a 5200 version of Kangaroo. Whenever James was at Atari, he wrote a reverse disassembler that converted binary files back to source code with documentation. He went through and corrected the mistakes and sent them over to APX. For the Atari 800 version, they published the game apparently with no credit back to James Leiterman as requested. So it was he calls it an internal hack, which is awesome. The game that he had, if you play the prototype version, was the cartridge version. It had red strawberries instead of purple non-red strawberries. But there's a few different differences between the prototype version and then the version we're seeing here. Let me lower that a little bit more. It sounds a little too loud for kangaroo-ness. If you saw the cartridge version, it only works with early systems on the Atari. The prototype version says 1983, and this one says 1982 because this is whenever this one came out. It also jumps to the advanced difficulty when you start this game instead of the other ones. And then there's this has additional demo mode that we're seeing now on the disc version. Cartridge version doesn't have this one. And then they changed the colors of the strawberries for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let's see. Give me the game. Oh. Does it work? Oh, nice. We got the music, too? Cool. There it is. Give me the punch. Cool effect of the punch. Movement. Wait a second. The jump. The jump is going up on the directional pad of the joystick like we saw in the arcades, but the jump is almost instantaneous. One of the gripes of the arcade was that you had a small delay whenever you went to jump. Like they're trying to give you a realistic feeling of the kangaroo warming up to the jump. But this one feels, it's very, very quick and fast. No, the monkeys got me. Throwing fruit at me on the ladder. I knew it was coming too. But we got our punch, we got our jump. Monkeys are all over the place on the outside of the screen. Oh, we can shoot them through the tree too, just like in the arcade. Nice. Oh, you gotta make sure you move quick. Looking at screen 1, I'm amazed they brought all 4 screens over here. So let's see if we can get past the monkey. We'll let him throw and then move on to the next one. I'm already getting vibes of this one feeling a little bit more difficult. We'll ring the bell. No, I didn't think it was going to bounce the entire way, but it did. Now we'll pick up some apples next. Wow, pretty fun. Here it comes. No! And I think that's all. Yeah, then it goes back to the beginning. And I think we're set for the advanced level because it defaults to the advanced level. Yeah, we really hope the monkeys are throwing fruit. Get it through the wall. Nice. Now this one I think is going to fall. Yeah, get him out of there. You have the duck too. Oh, the duck animation is really nice. Smooth. I'm not sure why, but the tree's leaves look like they're shimmering. But we're getting lots of great sound effects. They're using the pokey chip of the Atari very well. Let's get him through the wall. Oh, he saw me coming and he threw it through the wall. Nice. Yeah, compared to the arcade version, this one feels more difficult. Like, you need to be ready and play on your game, because notice that the way that the monkeys throwing the projectiles, it's so fast. You have to know and memorize where everything's going. Like, this one's about to come down really fast. If I don't react, yeah, I was about to get smacked again. I'm still not a big fan of using up on the joystick to jump. I know this is one of the first games to ever do that, but I always loved using a button to jump. But they have to have a punch, and you only got one button on here, so that's just the way it is. Alright, here we go. Now we can do it. Go, go, go. Yeah, way to go with the music. That's awesome. So they do offer the difficulty to change from novice and advanced. That's it. That's all you have is two. You're either going to play advanced or you're going to play novice. All right, let's see if we can do the quote-unquote super jump. No, we cannot do the super jump. Is that the... I'm trying to see why the difficulty doesn't change. I think I have to do a reset. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'll do a reset to see what's up. No, it's still not letting me change the difficulty. Let me back out of it. That's a little bizarre. That they're starting on advanced and you have to stay on advanced? No way. All right, let's try it again and make sure we push the button on our Atari to change the option for difficulty setting. Oh, that's true. Brad mentioned in the chat about the Commodore, and a lot of the joysticks we're going to see later on other home computers will only have one button. So there's going to be a lot of games that are going to be using up for jump. There we go. So right here is where we can change to novice. And then players, you can do a 2-player game, but it's hot seat multiplayer. Now let's go in. Maybe that's why the monkeys were going so quickly, because it was advanced. So let's see what it is now. How fast are they throwing that fruit? Yeah, you can see there's less monkeys. Okay, so that's why it was more difficult. We were just on the advanced mode. So this is playing as it should. There's no extra monkeys at the top. Okay, so that makes sense. This feels more on pace with what the arcade had. Let's see if we can punch this guy. Oh, so satisfying still to punch. There we go. All right, let's get some screens in now. Yeah, and Curtis brings up the cost, which is a good point. APX was much cheaper than paying for a full price game. But to tell you the truth, most computer games were not the same cost as console games. Console games, the cost for those, they got to pay for marketing. No, why? All right, let me practice my super jump right here. Oh, you got to keep holding that diagonal. Okay, I just tapped it. That's why. Let's try this again. There it is. It's still tricky, though. It's because they use up to jump. Jump should not be that hard. Oh, see? And even when I tried moving and jumping, it didn't work. It's like I needed to stand still. I think that's what they said for the tip. Stand still, put your toes on the edge, and then jump over the top. And we're back to screen 1. It's very admirable they brought all 4 screens to this, and if you've not familiar with Kangaroo or what we've seen so far in Chronologically Gaming, it's obviously based on Donkey Kong. We consider this a variant of Donkey Kong even when we played it in the arcades. Jump! Good job. This is the 35th variant of Donkey Kong that we've seen on Chronologically Gaming across all systems, all platforms. Die, monkey, die. But I really don't want to hit on it being a variant of Donkey Kong. I just want to hit on platformers in general, or arcade platformers in general. Or a platformer that allows you on one screen to move around and jump around. This is the the 60th arcade platformer that we've seen on Chronologically Gaming. Yes, we made it! And that's on all systems, everywhere. No way, dude. Okay, keep making our way to the edge. Put our toe. Okay, so it works. You put your toes a little over the top, and then you can do it. All right, I got it. I still feel like I'm gonna fall on this spot though, and I did. On home computers, this is the 27th arcade platformer that we've seen so far. All home computers. The 27th game that allows you on one screen to run around and jump just like it does with Donkey Kong. On the Atari home computer, this is the 7th arcade platformer that we've played, which means we actually can compare this to other arcade platformers or other games that are similar or close to this on this system. And there's been some pretty good ones. Whoa, go, go, go. I've already said it before, but the biggest contender right now for arcade platformers on home computers is Donkey King. It's still one of the best ways to play, not just Donkey Kong, but if you want to play a platformer on a home computer, that's still the tops right now. The other one in the running for the best of the best is Miner 2049er on either the Atari here or the Apple II. That's still incredible. So that's competing with Miner 2049er. Also, Cannonball Blitz is on several different computers. Canyon Climber is also out there for lots. Atari, Coco, Apple II, PC. We've seen every version of Canyon Climber at this point. Also, Crisis Mountain for the Apple II is a very, very good one. And then Floyd of the Jungle on the Atari allows you to play with 4 different people at the same time on the same screen. So it's 4-player simultaneous multiplayer platformer. That's what Floyd of the Jungle is. It is awesome. No, man, that's so tight. But you know what? I don't want to gripe at the game because it makes me want to continue and play more. Try to make it better next time. I just can imagine so many kids trying over and over to make the jumps. Come on. Save your baby, Kangaroo. Good, we avoided that monkey. This one's going for... Oh, he threw it high, and I went high. I thought it was going low. He faked me out. So, the games that I would say would be about a 4-star rating on the Atari home computer would be games like Candy Factory. Still a very good arcade platformer. Knight's Castle on the Sharp MZ is another kind of fun one, but doesn't really play more like... It doesn't play anything like Donkey Kong. And then Meltdown, which is another one that we've seen. So the second screen jumps, I would want to play more to get used to the way it plays, but being able to have all 4 screens and play something like this at home right now is still amazing. Yeah, this one makes me want to actually rate Floyd of the Jungle to be one of the top of the top games you could play right now. It's so fun. Yeah. Yeah, great job though on the game. I want to give it more than what it's worth. So I'm thinking of all the games you could play on all home computers. Kangaroo, this first time you could ever see it, easily 4 stars for everything on all home computers right now. So while the jump is quirky, it still makes me want to keep playing, and that's, see right there? I want to be able to make it work. And I know I can, because I've done it before. It's like it needs to be fine-tuned just a little bit, but no, right now you still have a lot of fun. There it is. Seeing lots of 4s from the chat. Haven't seen any 4.5s, which is our way of saying this is one of the best games you could play on all home computers. This is really good. This is very good. This is an excellent game. And it does good justice for the arcade version too. Okay, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Oh, and Curtis is throwing out the cost again. All right, let's see if we can do this. If we punch him... Oh, it's working. Yeah, it's doing what we had before. Good. Go, go, go. Oh, maybe I can get that. Let's see. Oh, no, the monkeys are... Oh, wait, what just happened? Is there a jump over here? Oh, there is. Okay, fine. Let's punch him out. The tower's getting higher. Oh, now I just got to spin. Oh, and then duck. Don't forget about the duck. So there we go. We saw up to stage 3. Still really good. All right, there you go. An example of what it's like to play, for the very first time, Kangaroo at home. I want to go back to the arcade and still play a little bit more Kangaroo, but this one is very admirable, very, very fun. On APX, you know the story behind it too, or at least one side of the story of how we got this game at home. I still would start at 4 stars of all the games you could play up to this point. Yeah, it could have been a 4.5. I don't know if I want to do 4.5 because I don't want to rate it at the same level as games like Donkey King, Minor 24 is more like 5 stars, to say the truth. But then Cannonball Blitz, Canyon Climber, Floyd of the Jungle, all of those, I was saying they're some of the best games you could play on all home computers. This one's so good, but I don't know if I want to go as high as 4.5. The price is a good point too, saying 4.5 because of the price. Oh, right, Marshall's even going 4.5. It's a good time, and I want to see all the screens, but yeah, because of the jump mechanic, it's tight. It's really, really tight. I'll still say 4 stars for all the games you could play on all home computers. Very, very admirable, very, very fun, but I wouldn't call it one of the best games you could play on all home computers. There's a lot of competition that's out there. All right, that's where we got to put our video game playing on pause. Thanks again for joining me here on the live show and sending out your ratings or just letting me know what you think about the games. Be sure to leave any comments after the show, too. I love hearing and reading from them. And now, next time on Chronologically Gaming, bring on the handhelds. We will see some from Epoch and one from Tiger Electronics. We will also be checking out one of the rarest games we have seen on Chronologically Gaming. We might be the only video on the internet talking about it. That's it for today, and like I always say, the Space Games will be with you always. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.